Good morning. Well, afternoon now. So Eric and I went magnet fishing yesterday. I don't have any footage of it because I don't normally take camera to that. We pulled out 3 guns. Well, I pulled out 3 guns. He pulled out 3 guns. It was his first gun find, so he was stoked. These are the 3 that I pulled out. 1 shotgun, 2 rifles. One looks like to be a youth little single shot. The other one's bolt action. This is a semi-auto. I haven't really looked at it yet. Literally put it in the shop last night when I got home. I'm going to spray them down with the pressure washer and see how much this gunk we can get off, and hopefully they'll clean up a bit. Alright, so I sprayed these off. Obviously once you pull them out of the water, any wood on the stock is just going to deteriorate significantly quicker. So I've never really been too concerned about preserving the stocks or anything. I just like to see if you can find what model it is, and you know, just some of them they're neat. I mean, you find them, they're treasure. They're not, I mean, yes, it was in one time a firearm. It's no longer. It's a piece of, you know, metal to be recycled. So yeah, there's not anything you can do with them. Like, if you can get one of these to fire, you have too much time on your hands. Out of the 12 guns I found, one of them was new enough to where it was cleaned up and fired, and it was ran through the database and it didn't come back as stolen, missing, whatever. So just had a little bit of corrosion on the chamber and it worked. I wasn't gonna fire it, but anyway, I'm gonna show you the first gun I found. I still have gun number 2 and 3. Sheriff happened to be rolling by when I pulled them out, so of course they took those. And then I think I have gun 4, which is a revolver, a little cheap 22 revolver that pretty much disintegrated on me after it came out of the water and dried out. I think I still have the barrel and the cylinder for it, but those are in the shop. Once these dry out a bit, I will I'll take them inside and we can get a closer look at them, and we'll look at the other few firearms I have found, and we'll get some closer looks at those. So just hang with me and I'll have some more video in a bit. Excuse the mess. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this outside because these are still kind of wet, and I don't want them inside because they stink. If you pull anything out of the mud, you know. So we'll look over these real quick, just kind of get a closer look for the camera, which I only have a GoPro, so sorry. This one does have a mag in it. I'm pretty sure the mag's empty. Not that I'd be able to get it out if it, you know, was even somewhat functional. Yeah, we got a bolt action, very seized up. As far as what it is, I'm not sure. Probably a 308, 30-6, whatever. I'm not super up to speed on hunting rifles, but if you look, it's been down there a while because this is just destroyed. It's jammed full of mud and rust, and there's pitting, and you know, these have all been down there a long time, all of them. So there's really no saving it. Going back to one of the other guns I found, I think this is number 4 I found. This is all that's left of it. Literally disintegrated because it was aluminum frame, steel barrel. I used the cylinder for I think a shift knob on something that I built. I make a lot of scrap metal art, so that's why I've got a whole bunch of junk. But yeah, it's pretty much in pieces, but definitely at one point it was a revolver. So not much of it left. We'll look at the shotgun real quick. It was a nice one at one point in time for sure. So if you hear my dogs bark, I apologize. As you can tell, looking at some of this corrosion, it's been down there a while. There's holes in the barrel right here, you know, Swiss cheese. I can push through it by finger. It's been down there a long time. You know, there's no way this action's gonna cycle. Trigger guard's gone, trigger's pretty much gone. You know, can't read anything off it. It was engraved, had some nice engraving at one point, nice engrave on the bolt. Kind of see it. And then this little single shot 22 has obviously seen better days. It's been down there since, I don't know, the Egyptians. And then someone steps on it, bends the barrel. You know, what are you gonna do? So, no, it's pretty much, I mean, they're all scrap iron. Back to the first gun I ever found, which this was actually my first cast at this spot, magnet fishing, was this over-under barrel shotgun. It's got some engraving on it. It's been rusted. It's Swiss cheese, as you can tell, just like the other ones. It's been down there a long time. It's been on my wall for 2-3 years now. And, you know, all the stock is eventually disintegrated off. I would like to ID it so I can get a stock for it and then do electrolysis, I guess, to pull the rust off, then parkerize it and put it up, hang it on the wall, just because I like the way it looks. I'm pretty sure it's a 20 gauge over under, you know, a high dollar gun at one point in time. And these are really the only ones I have left. The rest, you know, I gave one away to be rebuilt. The others were just trash. The sheriff took 2, and the sheriff gave me his card and said, if I find more guns, give him a call. Well, the next day I found 2 more, and I gave him a call. He said, okay, I'll see if I can get out there. Call me back in 20 minutes if you don't hear from me. Called him back half an hour later. He said, can you read the serial numbers on them? I said, no, there's really no chance. These things are pretty toast, because it looked a lot like this one. He's like, okay, well, if you can't read the serial numbers, we pretty much just trash them, because we can't do anything with them either, especially when they've been underwater that long. So if you can't read the serial numbers, don't bother calling us, just trash it, scrap it, do whatever. So, okay, but the joke's on them, I can't read. Ha! And that's why I don't particularly bother the sheriff with these issues, because it ends up being more of a headache than they even say it's worth, because they hear gun on bridge and they panic. You know, they send 10 sheriffs out for someone ultimately picking up trash to recycle. So that's my 2 cents on it. You know, if you're in, you know, another country where guns are banned, yes, call the authorities. Where I'm at in Louisiana, there's more guns down here than people, and it's not a big deal. Now, if this was like, you know, a MAC-10 with a mag in it, yeah, I'm gonna call it cops. You know, something that's obviously sketchy. You know, short guns, handguns, it's a little bit different, but these are, you know, no one's gonna rob a bank. Well, you can rob a bank with it, but no one's gonna rob a bank with a sporting shotgun or a deer rifle. You know, and they have no resale on the black market, because they're $200 new for a deer rifle or a cheap shotgun. Granted, these aren't cheap shotguns, but you get the idea. And then on top of all this, we have major flooding down here. So this could have easily been in someone's house that got, you know, under water with flooding. Like my house here, which I'm not done painting, so don't judge. You know, my house is elevated 12 feet. We had, where I'm standing, I would have been underwater in 2016. The roof of that house was at the water level. My house was roughly the same, I think 2 inches higher than his. That house was under, that house was under. All this was under. So we do have major floods down here, which can be the reasoning behind why we find so many guns and so many other things in the creeks, because this is Louisiana. I mean, everyone's like, oh, the Mississippi goes through there. It's like, yeah, but none of our water runoff drains to the Mississippi. The Mississippi is its own unit. It drains from up north. All the water that ends up down here doesn't go into the Mississippi. You know, I know a lot of people don't understand that. So we've got all sorts of bayous, canals, creeks, streams, mud pits, numerous stuff. I think Louisiana has over 30,000 bridges in the state. So Yeah, and a lot of back roads. So believe me, you're gonna find stuff everywhere. But you know, if you think you should call the authorities when you find one, by all means, do what makes you feel comfortable. I've straight up been told don't waste their time with it if I can't read the serial number. So if I can't read the numbers off them, I'm not going to call them. If it's something shiny and brand new, yeah, because, you know, something fishy is going on. These have obviously been down there for 10 plus years, and it's really just a waste of tax dollars calling them out there. So anyway, that's my take on it. Have a good day, and if you guys like the video, I will definitely film some more fishing, even though it's kind of boring to film it, but I'll definitely do more magnet fishing stuff on this channel if you guys really enjoyed this. I know it's mostly just me complaining about how the local authorities handle it and what you should and shouldn't do and blah blah blah, but like I said, some of you guys on the magnet fishing page have found some really cool stuff. I'm really jealous of all you guys over there in the UK, for sure. You guys find the coolest stuff. But you know, you do have to have bomb squad on speed dial. Luckily we don't have that issue over here too much. Really hoping once my 5-year-old's old enough to go with me to some spots, we can go throw some magnets here soon. You can probably see him running around with the dogs. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. You know, I build a lot of stuff because I know this is kind of out of my normal for videos. Hopefully I should have this up in the next day or two. And yeah, thanks for watching if you've made it this far, and hopefully there'll be more. You guys take care and stay out of trouble.